You are watching Attract Mode presented by Lady Arcaders. I'm Zokubun, and it is my honor to be your host today for All Bunnies! I hope you're excited. We've got a lot of happening things hopping around here. If you're new, I see a couple of hello, I'm Muse in chat. Lady Arcaders is an all-women's gaming collective who welcomes all women in gaming, speedrunners, developers, casual fans. We have a cozy private community, and we run weekly showcases on our Twitch channel, like the one you're here to watch today. And of course, some larger charity events throughout the year. So, you know what? Feel free to give us a follow on our socials, join our Discord, come check us out, join the club. And speaking of joining the club, applications for our holiday-themed Attract Mode are open. Scheduling for that's going to happen soon because, oh geez, where has the time gone? Holidays are coming up on us, y'all. So get those applications in if you want to be part of our holiday Attract Mode showcases. There should be a link to that on our socials or in our private Discord, and always feel free to give our socials a message. If you want an invitation, or you can join our public Discord. If a mod could put a handy link to that in the chat for me, that would be excellent. But yes, we've got all sorts of things going on, and you can be part of the fun, whether it's being here, showing off a video game, or a video game related thing on Attract Mode, or, hey, we've got volunteer applications open, y'all. You can be a part of the magic. You can make this happen. We've got roles like, let me pull this up real quick. We've got roles like community manager, because you know what? A community as heckin' awesome as Lady Arcaders unfortunately does need people just as heckin' awesome to rein them in. Because, man, if you let us have control, we take over the world. We've got tech department positions open. Without our amazing tech crew, we wouldn't have showcases like the one you're about to see. We've got roles in our media department, copywriting, clip taking. You know, if you want to be featured behind the scenes, if you're not really an in-front person on our social media. And also, whatever it is that Zokubun does. Okay, well, I'm going to have to renegotiate my position. I might be getting fired here. But, but while I'm working on that, y'all, we have an amazing run of Rabi-Ribi Any Percent by AliceAtWonderlandGames here for you today. So without further ado, let's hop on over.
Alright, I'm super excited to show this game off. Hi everybody, I hope everyone's having a wonderful day. This is Rabi-Ribi. It is an adorable Metroidvania that is going to be super broken for y'all. I hope that y'all are ready. It's going to be like a 2D side-scroller. It has a ton of really fun aspects to it, and we're just going to break all of them today. We're going to start with a new game, and then we're going to start on casual. Casual is going to, like many speedruns, be the fastest because the bosses have the least health. And in general, it's just way easier to play around the game on casual. The game itself, or the timer itself, is going to start as soon as I hit the casual button. So, when y'all are ready, I'm going to go ahead and start runs, and I'm going to describe, and the best that I'm able, all the tech that you're seeing on screen. I'm going to count it down and start in 3, 2, 1, go. So, right here at the start, we start with basically no movement options, so we are actually just going to be holding down start the entire time to skip all the cutscenes and just walking forward. You can hop a little if you want to have fun, because you are a bunny after all, but in general, we're just going to be moving through this hospital as fast as we can without really any movement options. You should get used to the slow pacing and the nice calm music here, because you're going to, not see much calm after this. It's going to slowly ramp up in pace. By slowly, I mean very, very quickly. It is an adorable game. If you haven't played it, I highly recommend. We're not really going to get into much spoilers today because you're going to see so little of the game that there's not much to be spoiled. Luckily, now we're going to get into our first piece of actual movement tech really quickly here. So these are quick drops. This is an intended piece of the game's mechanics. However, some of your momentum when you quick drop like this is transferred sideways. So it's actually a faster way of moving through the map rather than just walking forward. So we're going to be quick dropping to try to transfer that momentum sideways. As many Metroidvanias, there's a ton of like hidden walls. So you're going to see me go through a couple here. And what I'm doing is I'm going to grab our partner in crime as quickly as possible. This is way easier than this is way earlier than we're supposed to be able to. I'm just going to kind of damage boost through this. We actually have no way to fight back currently. You're supposed to grab a hammer first, and you're supposed to kind of be able to fight through this section. But we have no way to fight. We haven't grabbed the hammer. We're doing things totally out of order, so we're going to go grab Ribbon first. Just using the quick drops to navigate through here. And here is our Ribbon. This is the other half of Rabi-Ribi, Rabbit and Ribbon. Now, her health bar drops very quickly there. That is actually an intended mechanic. There is 0% runs in this game, and basically getting to Ribbon without any other items kind of triggers the game to realize, hey, you have no way to beat her, so you actually have her health drop fast, and that is an intended game mechanic, which is interesting to me. But it helps out a lot. We are going to purposefully charge Ribbon's attack here a little bit. The more you use, say for instance, the hammer or Ribbon's attack, you're actually going to charge up the magic or the hammer damage or the hammer speed, those kinds of things. So we're going to kind of train on the more local, milder enemies really quick. Still using quick drops. Quick drops are a very fast way to get around. Okay, and now we have our hammer. Now, people who are familiar with this game, you are supposed to get 10 towns members in order to make it all the way through the entire thing. We're not going to be grabbing 10. We're going to be grabbing much fewer than 10. You'll also notice that I purposely avoid a lot of the potions or other items around the map. There are a lot of hidden items, as with Metroidvanias. We're going to grab none of them, and purposefully none of them. The boss's health actually scales on how many items you have. So we're going to grab no items because it actually makes the bosses way easier for us on an 80% run for having like no items because we want to do the bosses as fast as possible. We are going to grab Pandora as our first towns member. How are we going to do that? She should be locked behind story progression. This is your first reverse cutscene. You're going to see a few of those, but that is one of the more broken pieces of tech in the game. 1 second here. Ooh, okay, I'm gonna have to do the backup here. Here, you know what? I'm gonna reload. Pandora is actually gonna be our first towns member, because she happens to be the fastest on the way, and we shouldn't be able to access her as per the story yet. But reverse cutscenes allow us to enter a cutscene backwards, as is reverse cutscene. And the game checks two things when you're going into a cutscene trigger. One, it checks that you touch the cutscene trigger, and then it checks what direction you touch it from. But we're going to use damage in this one in particular to force us through the cutscene backwards. And because we're forcing it backwards, you see how I'm facing right there? It thinks we're coming from the other side and kind of pushes us out that direction instead. There we go. This is also a really funny piece of tech here. This is called a zip, and you'll see what I mean. Oop. Okay, one more time. So a zip is a really interesting piece of tech because we're going to use damage to force ourselves into the ceiling, and the game doesn't know what to do with us. So it's actually going to shoot us somewhere totally unintended. Zips function very differently in every game that they happen to appear in. And in this game in particular, they're actually going to force us to the right. I'm gonna set this up one more time. This is a super volatile game. The tricks in it are incredibly precise. I'll point out some of the more... There we go. There's your zip. I'll point out some of the more frame perfect... I'm gonna throw around the term frame perfect a lot in this run, just as a warning. Hold on, one more time. There's also an interesting piece of fighting tech in this game. The backside of the hammer actually does more damage than the front side. So what we're going to do is we're going to purposely turn around for a lot of hits. On most bosses, it's going to be the fastest way to kill them is to turn around and hit them, because the backside of the hammer is doing more damage. There we go. So there's a very early Pandora. We shouldn't have been here to begin with. That right there is an interesting little piece of tech called a walking hammer. You have iframes as you walk forward and like the first bit of your hammer. So we abuse that right there to walk off of the ledge, use a little walking hammer, and walk through the thwomp there. The Owo thwomp, a lot of my chat has decided to call it. This is sub-pixel perfect right here, and let's see if I can show it off to you. This is beach skip. First try, okay. That is sub-pixel perfect. Luckily, when we go through the cutscene there, it actually lines our sub-pixels up perfectly, so I just have to do a kind of pixel perfect turnaround there that I managed to somehow get first try. That is another form of a reverse cutscene. I enter the beach on the last frame possible backwards, and that's how that functions, is once again the cutscene's checking which direction you enter from, and it thinks on that last frame that we enter it from the other side. And now, we are finally entering the town for the first time. We already have a townsmember. A little piece of tech there. There's actually a mini cutscene whenever you enter a loading zone. The cutscene is supposed to be, you know, like cinematic, help you show off a little more like how pretty the game is, etc. But we can actually skip that cutscene. It's not entirely a loading zone. So we're going to enter cutscenes and we're going to skip the little cinematic, or enter loading zones and then skip the little cinematic cutscene that comes with them. Okay. And now we are going to do one of the most difficult tricks in the game. We're going to grab our second townsmember. Our second townsmember is going to be Cicini because she is required. And this is a very difficult trick called Cicini Launch. Let's see if I can show it off for y'all. Close. So basically, I am trying to get a wall hop off of this wall while doing a quick drop and then pausing. So basically I'm going to set up the wall hop inputs, and then I'm going to do a quick drop, and then I'm going to pause and then wall hop. And so what I'm basically trying to do is I'm trying to force the game to unintendedly let me keep the momentum from wall hopping, or from quick dropping, off of a wall hop. There it is. That is a very unintended piece of tech. Ooh, hold on. I missed the backwards hammer there, so I'm gonna go ahead and retry that because it speeds up the boss fight a lot. Okay. All of the bosses, if you can tell, have a very precise, there we go. Oh, well, there's half of it. Have a precise rhythm that you need to get into in order to finish them off perfectly. So I'm kind of speed it along here, but we're gonna go ahead and take a slow cycle here because it's gonna end up being faster in the long run. Okay, there's Cicini. Cicini Launch is very difficult. It is 5 inputs in about half a second, one of which is frame perfect. So it is a ridiculous trick. And then here we are going to show off the Alias Save Glitch. 2 townsmembers is the very first time that it'll allow you to go into this other world. And this other world is where a lot of the main story plot happens. So what we're actually going to do is, this is technically the first fight that we're supposed to see in this other world. Oop. So this part is intended. However, most of what we're doing after this is definitely not intended. Let's see if I can just... Perfect. You'll see the autosave trigger up in the top right there. What that actually autosaved was my... I'm upset. Hold on. I forgot about something. Oh dear. Alright, I might have to show you, I might have to just... shoot. Really quick, can I get someone's help here? So it's called Alias Save Glitch, and I can kind of explain what's going on really quickly. But the Alias Save Glitch is an interesting piece of tech in that I was practicing beforehand and I loaded a practice save file, but I forgot to reset the game, and the Alias Save Glitch relies on you not having a save file recently loaded in order to glitch into an autosave file. I forgot that I needed to have not loaded a practice save file before this. So, now that we've reset the game, I need to have never loaded a save file in order to pull off the Alias Save Glitch while the game was still active. So, the only option that I have right here is restarting the game. I can do my best to get back there as fast as possible, but that's kind of my only option with the weird Alias Save Glitch and the way that it functions.
Alright, folks, so please send Alice carrots in chat.
Yeah! It's a very weird glitch, and once again, this game goes by very, very fast, so if you want to have a chance to examine any of the weird tech that I'm doing, or have questions about it, feel free. But Alias Save Glitch is what allows us to enter that other world more times than intended, because originally we're only supposed to go in there, and then we need more towns members to power up the slate in order to travel back, so we're supposed to get more and more towns members each time. But the 80% category only uses 2 towns member to go in there the first time, and then uses a glitch in the autosave feature that allows you to just return to that same world repeatedly. That being said, because that is one of the biggest skips in the run, I don't know how to get around that without just restarting.
Quick, would you like us to restart the timer as well for you, or?
If you want to, yeah, by all means. I just, I don't want to take up any, extra time, so I'm just gonna do...
I'm all here for this amazingly adorable energy.
Good.
So... Look at those little enemies! Right before the run started, we were talking about these enemies, and they are really, really quite adorable. But I think you mentioned to me that our character, what's her name again?
Erina.
Erina is the last rabbit in this world?
Yep. She's the last known bunny. So if you see a lot of the enemies around here also have bunny ears, they are fake. They're like a bunny-loving cult, which is really interesting, but they basically see her and get obsessed with her, which is why they're enemies, is they're kind of trying to slow her progress because they want to hug her, functionally. And she's like, no, I'm trying to return to my owner, so that's basically what's going on.
You know what, though? That bunny cult is a mood.
Yep. Gonna grab Urban one more time. This cutscene right here is what allows us to get the teleporter location. So we actually purposely go and grab that cutscene, because it allows us to teleport back here. Show off some of the more ridiculous tricks. That beach skip, it being sub-pixel perfect and has to be on the last frame of entry, is kind of ridiculous to see first try, so hopefully you can see me fail that a little more in order to understand that that is a ridiculous trick. All the ridiculous tricks, though, have a huge amount of time save, so they're kind of worth it as far as any percent goes, because you can fail them a few times and still end up saving a ton of time. Yeah, so this is Bunny Loving Colt. Then purposely avoiding items as much as possible. Okay.
But since the speed run is significantly shorter than the actual game time, with like a runtime of about like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
It was the estimate you gave us originally.
Right.
How much of the plot are we missing here?
95% of it? It's, yeah. It's a much longer plot than you see here. It's kind of ridiculous how much we're skipping.
I mean, our character is dressed as a Playboy bunny, so I kind of like to insinuate that you play this game for the plot, much like you read Playboy for the articles.
It's, it is an adorable game, but, you know, fair. You have a point.
Come for the adorable looking ladies in bunny ears. Stay for the plot.
Now, a lot of the characters in this game are great, and I'm kind of sad that we're skipping so many of them.
Is there a particular favorite you'd like to talk about, even if we can't show them off?
I love a lot of the characters, to be honest, but one of the funnier ones is we're actually skipping a succubus, so you can imagine how that goes.
Oh.
Super clean Pandora fight. Alright, let me show off beach skip again. There's no way. There's no way.
So, what just happened?
So
for people who are not familiar with the game or the run.
So, we entered a cutscene on the beach, and we did, on the very last frame possible, turned around and hit the right input there. And that very last frame possible shows the game that we are entering the beach, but while facing right. And because it thinks we're entering the beach while facing right, it thinks that we came from the right side. Or from the left side, because we're facing right. So it teleports us to the opposite side of the beach, where normally we would have to cross it with a bunch of enemies and, you know, blah blah blah. It's like a 1.5-minute time save or something.
I gotta learn that trick for real beaches, because all that sound...
Exactly. No, that's exactly why we skip it, though, because, like, the time save as speedrunners is nice, but the sand?
Sand is how you get slowed down. That's why it's the sand is in the hourglass.
Exactly. And suddenly we were back to
I do see
lunch.
chat cheering you on. Frame perfect turnaround, first time twice. That trick is actually very, very hard, so congratulations on hitting that.
Thank you.
Twice.
Ooh, okay, that's a little swag trick there for y'all. That little beam there is actually a speed up, which in general you'd think is really good for a speedrunner, but this with like 5 inputs in half a second, I don't need my time frame sped up at this particular moment. I don't think that has a quick drop. Close.
I find myself genuinely amazed at how many frame perfect tricks are in this
There's
game.
so many.
Like I can tell just from the ones you've shown that they all require that exact moment.
Yep. This is one of them. So this is... I have to jump, press myself up against the wall, turn to the opposite way, because this game requires you to be facing the opposite way when you're doing a wall jump. Do a quick drop, and then pause on the next frame, and then unpause and do the wall jump input. Ooh, that might work. Perfect. Oh my gosh. gonna be a slow one. Okay, that's not too bad. Alright, and we are back to Alias Save Glitch. Okay, hopefully I can show this off a little cleaner this time. So the way that the game functions is it does an autosave in the other world, and it has a little check that you're not supposed to be able to do that, but if you've never loaded another game and you try to load the autosave, then it is kind of forced to take you to that autosave that happened further than where you're supposed to be. Ooh, I think I missed the autosave. Yep. So there are only certain parts of the screen that, basically the fight ends and then it loads an autosave that you're not supposed to technically be to yet. But there are only, there it is, only certain parts of the screen in which the autosave trigger can trigger because it is, it's basically a different part of this overworld right here. It's trying to load a different autosave. So now, we have officially abused the Alias Save Glitch, and we are in here where we're supposed to have required more towns members to come back. We've just kind of loaded ourselves back in here. We're gonna do that one more time. We have one more fight. Here we go. So this right here is actually an auto-scroller, which is interesting, but the reason that I'm going to go ahead and hit her here anyways is because, once again, the more that we hit the laser with ribbon, the more that we hit the hammer, it's actually going to power up those things for us. And we're going to need those for future boss fights, so we're just going to go ahead and use the auto-scroller to power up all of our weapons. That's what you see all of the tickers in the bottom there. Okay, we are actually going to eat an item here because it helps us with a frame buffer later where we would like accidentally enter it, accidentally eat it. Yeah, we're gonna say no to that. Okay, I'm looking for a very specific, there it is, got it. I was looking for another specific autosave trigger, and once again we're supposed to grab more town members, but we're just gonna auto-load ourselves back in here. This is a very, very precise trick, so I'm actually going to lean into the screen here and look at the shadows on the pixels here. Okay, that should be no shadow.
Precise. Wow.
Yes, this is frame perfect, sub-pixel perfect. This is another reverse cutscene, but it's a very, very precise one because this skips you super far, so the game is actually looking for you to not do this. And first try. Okay.
Nice!
You can see that here the game is trying to force you out, but I'm holding right here so it can't force me out properly. That trick is ridiculous. That is early hospital. The community came up with a strat. Because it is sub-pixel perfect, you need to look at the shadows on the pixel in order to see which sub-pixel you're standing on and then adjust accordingly with frame input buffers. So that's what I was doing right there. This is a very fun run, but it is brutal.
It really does help. So as a not speedrunner myself who just enjoys watching you all break the games, it really does help that the music in this game is, it's just, there's such jams.
It's so good. And then we're about to do my favorite boss fight. This is a really good one, but it's also the hardest boss fight in the run. So hopefully I can show up a clean one for y'all. We're going to do
the toy room we just walked past. No. What happened to the room?
Yep. This is Miru's dream. We're going to do a little boss manipulation. Hold on. 2. Gotta count here. 4. 5. Amulet. 1. 2. Hammer in the wall. You see she's facing backwards. This is a boss manipulation. She's gonna fix herself here. So we're gonna have to start to like fight her properly, which is too bad. But she has such little health that I'm going to go ahead and just iframe through it. Perfect! That's a mirror fight.
You made that look so easy. I'm sorry. Wow.
Thank you. Basically, she is trying to do a certain attack that requires her to be on the other side of the room, and we stall her for so long that we eventually break the AI. This is Noah Skip. Noah Skip is very ridiculous. Hold on. This is Noah Skip. It is also known as a giant clip, and let me see if I can do this. You can actually manipulate the bosses in this game to use specific attacks if you want, based on the amount of HP that they have. Hold on. 5, 6, 7, 8. This is a buffer. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Hammer. Dang, I missed it. So Noah Skip is really weird. That attack right there that we're trying to manipulate her to do here makes you giant. And there are pros and cons to being giant. The biggest thing is that it makes you really easy to hit, and that's why you tend to want to avoid being giant. However, the game is kind of broken around it in that if you do a certain animation to clip yourself under the stage while you're giant, then it will zip you out. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Oh, I think I did 14. It will zip you out of the floor really quickly. And that will allow us to access somewhere really not supposed to be. Okay, I'm gonna super focus on this one. Ten, 11, 12, 13. Close. I'm gonna get this for y'all, don't worry. I am doing a specific combo here because I'm manipulating Noah's health to be a certain amount. I'm looking for a specific amount of damage so that she does the attack we want. Five, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13. Dang.
That is sending you their energy.
Thank you. I appreciate the energy. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I think I'm doing that too low. This is funny because this trick gave me a ton of problems to learn, and then I kind of had it like down pat on stream yesterday, so now it would give me troubles. 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13. Oh, I got too high! That's what happens if you get too much momentum.
Ian decided you had too many frame perfect first times.
Yep.
But you got this.
3, 4, 5, 6. Really? Revenge, yeah, basically. Luckily, this game has a, like, auto-reload button. You can tell I'm, like, abusing it really heavily. Woo! It is allowed, yeah? It's an intended feature of the game, luckily. So it's allowed in all categories. I think that might have been too high. Oops. Dang it. Magic try, no. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Perfect! Okay. There we go!
First try. We're calling that first try.
Woo! First try! That skips a large chunk of the fight there. And then this is the final boss. So time ends on final boss. Final boss. Yeah. Time ends on final boss, last health. Health bar running out. I don't... Words. Once again, I'm abusing that backwards hammer tech, you can see. Technically, both the second and third hit do more damage backwards. Oh no!
Oh.
Well, it is a really cute game over screen, but I was really hoping you wouldn't see it. First try. All right, let me.
It was you mean business this time.
Yep. Let me play this final boss a little cleaner here for y'all. Perfect. Pentahammer right off. Perfect. There we go. Here we go! And we're done. Not as quickly as I wanted to be, but that is a very long game in a very short amount of time.
Oh, good. GG. That was wow.
Yeah.
I mean, the game really wanted. The game knew how short your the time you were going to show it off in was, so it did its best to try and be on screen a little longer. Clearly. And you know what? I can't blame it. It is adorable.
No, it's a super fun game. If y'all haven't had the chance to play it casually, like, please go play it casually. It's really, really good. It's just, in general, a fantastic game. Really good characters, well written, and it's just super cute. Look at it. Okay, I've kind of been here a little longer than expected. Should I go ahead and jump out?
Well, first off, if people want to see more of you running this game, running other games, clearly you like rabbits. I see those bunny ears on that chair. Where can they find you?
My channel is AliceAtWonderlandGames. That is where I do most of my socials. We also have a Discord channel, and we have a Twitter for as long as that lasts. That's AliceA7 is the Twitter, if you want to check that out. I'm live like 5 days a week, so I'd love to see y'all.
right. Well, thank you so much, Alice, for that fantastic show. I'm not gonna lie. I put this game on my wish list the instant I got to see
good.
it.
Good.
In the Discord preview. So you sold one person on it at least.
Perfect.
Pet some bunnies. If you don't do that always already, then what are you doing with your life? We'll see you next time.